Greetings all, Elle Grinnell here with True Speak, bringing you the All Things Happy and Healthy vlog. Thanks for joining me again. Oh, and remember to subscribe. I'll remind you again at the end. So today we're talking about when it's not helpful to be helpful, or even more importantly, when you think you're being helpful and you're actually being hurtful. So this vlog today goes out to all of you micromanagers out there. Now I know micromanagers don't like to actually, they don't think they are micromanagers. They don't subscribe to that label because they don't like it, even though it defines them. This also goes out to a lot of you moms out there, or parents or guardians, those who care for children and kids. This also applies to you as well. So many of you, not all of you. So let's get started. What does it mean when you are being hurtful? So I like to do the three, so today we'll go over just three different topics and then ideas for it. So the first one is, number one, you're being helpful because you don't like the way they do it. So you jump in and you say, let me help. And if you're ever saying, here, let me help because you are feeling frustration, then you are being hurtful, not helpful. Okay, so people learn best when they get to physically do it and work their way through it. So the next time you may be frustrated as a manager or a mom watching somebody struggle through something, instead of saying, here, let me do it, you're not being helpful. Remember, if you want to be helpful, the language you will use would say, would you like some assistance with that? Or can I help you with that? At least ask permission before you just kind of bully your way in there and take over, right? I mean, you could say, it seems like you're struggling with that. You have to use your own best judgment on that. You know, it looks like you're struggling with that. Would you like some, advice or tips, right? So do your best not to jump in. And you could also say things like, well, I can tell you how I would do it, or I could show you how I would do it, or if you'd like to learn, I can talk you through it. So do you get the point that I'm trying to say? So be mindful of, if you're feeling frustrated with somebody and you want to jump in and be helpful, you're not being helpful. You're just trying to alleviate your own insecurities and negative feelings, and you're putting it on them. And it's not helpful because then they won't learn. So take it more from a place of benevolent coaching or support or leadership. And see this as a growth opportunity for both of you. Okay, the second one is when you try to help people because you don't believe they're capable. Okay, especially this happens a lot with you micromanagers. You don't believe they're capable, and with parents, you feel like it's taking too long and that you could get it done faster or better, right? So if you feel like you could get something done faster or better that somebody else is already doing, then you're deluding yourself. You're deluding yourself because you can't get it done faster or better because it's taking away your time. It's taking time from you and the things that you could be doing. Okay, so if you're in the situation of where you're feeling like you don't think they're capable, right? And you don't have trust in their ability to get it done, this is another coaching opportunity. And for you to be able, if you really care for this person, you want to see them grow and learn and become responsible and, proficient and all those good things, then you're going to do kind of the same tips from number one, is to say, it looks like you're having trouble, or, hey, this seems to be taking longer than you need it to, in my opinion. So is there any way I can help or give some support? And then careful that you don't jump in and just do it. Make it a teachable moment. Okay, so even though it'll take longer, because it's a teachable moment, you're not just jumping in and doing it, it'll be worth it because then they'll be able to do it more efficiently going forward. All right, so it'll take a little longer now, but the payoff in the future will be grand and will be worth it. And then lastly, be aware if you're offering to help others, because some people need to be in service of others all the time. It's kind of a complex thing where you're always trying to help all the time. But what you're really doing in many cases is you're avoiding your own work. So as long as you can appear to be helping other people, then you're not getting your work done. But at the end of the day, you can still allow yourself to feel good about yourself because you didn't get all your stuff done because you were being so helpful to others. Okay, and that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Because your work is extremely important. You have your gifts and talents, and a lot of things that we do have deadlines, and there's no need to have that stress at the end of the day of not having your stuff done. Because you were helping others. It goes back to that story that people always like to tell when, they say when you're flying, you do your mask before you assist others. Same kind of thing, right? So be aware, be hyper aware of maybe you're over offering to be of assistance and helping, because yeah, it makes us all feel good to be helpful and to be of assistance. But what you're really doing possibly is avoiding something that you really should be investing your time in right now, something that's supporting your growth, or maybe a project that needs your attention, or maybe just even some growth, like maybe excuse me, there's a course I've been wanting to take on cryptocurrency and I haven't done it yet. But I claim that I really want to. And so by the time we speak again, I promise I will have started that course, because I just publicly told you that I would. So let's go back, right? So number one, watch out, you micromanagers and parents or moms, kind of more specifically, that if you're feeling anxious and you don't like the way they're doing it, you're not really helping them, right? So in your mind, you can say you're being helpful, but the best way to do is to use that as a coachable moment. Same thing with number two. If you don't believe somebody's capable, it's a teachable moment. And so don't just bully your way in there and think that you're helping. Mislabeling it is not a good thing. And then lastly, avoid, watch out that you're avoiding your own stuff. So a couple of things I know that, in my own that were really pretty cool is I used to do all the housework, and as the kids were getting older, I just was so exhausted doing everything all the time. And but I didn't feel like they could do it well, because when they did, it was crappy. So that supported my idea that they can't do it well, or they can't do it right, or they can't do it the way that I want it done. And then one time my mom was visiting and just really sat me down and said, "What is wrong with you? These kids are more than old enough to be doing all of their own chores." And it took a moment. It took a moment for me to get through the fact that they don't load the dishwasher the way I would load it, and they don't stack the cups necessarily the way I would. And but I got over it. And the amount of time that it freed me up just had my mind blown, that I had been thinking that I needed to do it my way all of this time, and it was actually making me exhausted. And it gave them a sense of purpose. They actually enjoyed it. You may be surprised that children do enjoy doing chores when it's chores that they enjoy doing, and they're attempting to do them, and you're pushing them away or not teaching them. And the other thing was, at the time, one of my children was going to a school where they used mats a lot instead of desks. And so they rolled their mats and put them away every day. And so they rolled them. And so then they decided that the towels should be rolled instead of folded. And oh, towels, that's another thing, right? Nobody folds a towel properly. I've seen people refold towels because they don't like the way somebody else folded them. But the towels got rolled and then put in, and they just looked fabulous rolled. I really enjoyed how it looked. So learn to let go. Learn that not everybody needs your help or wants your help. Do offer. If you offer and they keep telling you no, and then you keep offering and they keep telling you no, that's kind of a gray area. They may need help and may be embarrassed, or it may just be you're just being too pushy, and stop it. Stop terrorizing them. So you're going to have to feel that one out for yourself. Being helpful makes us feel amazing. Being in service makes us feel really good. I just want you to keep in mind the 1, 2, 3 specifics that I talked about today, and how they may apply to how you lead others, be it in your family or in the office or in your own personal business. Okay, so with that, I say namaste and aloha. Looking forward to seeing you next week.